Now I would like to welcome you in the last lecture of this series. In this lecture we are going to see angular simple harmonic motion. Now what is angular simple harmonic motion? As we have seen linear simple harmonic motion, in linear simple harmonic motion, restoring force or acceleration is directly proportional to the displacement of the particle from mean position, and they are opposite to each other. Now here particle is not performing linear motion, but in place of linear motion particle is performing, for example, rotational motion. Now if a body is suspended and it is given a small oscillatory motion, it is released from its position and it vibrates or it rotates, then in that case we have got angular simple harmonic motion. So according to definition of angular simple harmonic motion, it is an oscillatory motion of a body in which angular acceleration or torque or angular acceleration is directly proportional to the angular displacement of the body. We can write torque, it is denoted by tau. Tau is proportional to minus theta, or we can write angular acceleration alpha, it is proportional to minus theta. So torque or angular acceleration is directly proportional to angular displacement and they are opposite to each other. In this case, torque is a restoring torque. When the body is displaced from its position and it is performing rotational motion, then this torque is trying to bring back body to its original position. Now we can write by removing proportionality sign, torque is equals to minus c theta. Equation number 1. Now what is C? C is nothing but constant of proportionality, or we can say C is numerically equal to torque or angular acceleration per unit angular displacement. So here we can write in magnitude or numerically C is equals to torque upon theta or alpha upon theta. As we know, in case of rotational dynamics, we have seen moment of inertia of a body, and in that we have seen one relation, or we are aware of one relation, which is nothing but torque is equals to I alpha, where I is nothing but moment of inertia, alpha is angular acceleration. So by using this equation, here alpha can also be written as alpha is equals to d omega by dt. Angular acceleration is nothing but it is rate of change of angular velocity with respect to time. Or for angular velocity, we can write d by dt of d theta by dt, that is rate of change of angular displacement with respect to time. So it becomes d2 theta upon dt square. Now we can substitute this value in equation 2. So torque is equals to I d2 theta upon dt square. Equation number 3. Now when we will compare equation 1 and equation 3, we will get I d2 theta upon dt square is equals to minus c theta, or I d2 theta upon dt square plus c theta is equals to 0. This is differential equation of angular SHM. Now we will see magnet vibrating in uniform magnetic induction. Consider a magnet which is freely suspended in a magnetic field of induction B. Now magnet remains in equilibrium in such a position that its axis is parallel to the direction of the magnetic field. Now when this magnet from its equilibrium position, if it is displaced and released through a small angle theta, that is, if this magnet is given a small angular displacement and released, then it performs angular simple harmonic motion. Here you can see that magnet is performing simple harmonic motion such that its angular displacement is theta and, for example, its direction is clockwise. Now when magnet performs simple harmonic motion or when it is displaced from its mean position, then in the displaced position, see here magnet is in the displaced position. So in this position, a restoring torque acts on the magnet, and this torque tries to bring the magnet back to its original position. As magnet is displaced from its original position, so what torque will act here, and this torque will try to bring back magnet to its original position. Now this torque and angular displacement, as the torque is trying to bring back magnet to its original position, so direction of torque is anti-clockwise and direction of magnet is clockwise. Therefore we can write that torque is equals to minus mu cross B. Now what is mu? Mu is nothing but magnetic dipole moment and B is magnetic induction. Here we have written minus sign. Why? Because angular displacement and restoring torque, they are opposite to each other. So we can write it torque is equals to minus mu B sin theta. So it is nothing but vector product of two vectors. So torque is equals to minus mu B sin theta. Now we will give it equation number 1. As we have seen in case of angular FHN, relation between torque and moment of inertia. So torque is equals to I alpha. Now if we compare these two equations, so before this, as we have assumed that as theta is small, sin theta is approximately equal to theta. So in equation 1, if you will substitute this value, then torque is equals to minus mu b theta. Equation number 3. Now if you compare equation 2 and 3, then what we get? I alpha is equals to minus mu b theta. Therefore alpha is equals to minus mu b upon I theta. So here mu, b and I, these three things are constant, as mu, b and I are constant. Therefore we can say alpha is directly proportional to minus theta. Angular acceleration is directly proportional to angular displacement and they are oppositely directed. So here we can say that magnet is performing angular simple harmonic motion. So we can find its time period, how much time is taken by the magnet to complete one vibration. So time period is nothing but t is equals to 2 pi upon omega, or we can write t is equals to 2 pi upon, as in case of linear FHM or simple pendulum, we have written time period as 2 pi upon acceleration or even displacement. So for this vibration of magnet, we can write angular acceleration per unit angular displacement. So from equation 4, if we consider only magnitude, so in magnitude, equation 4 can be written as alpha upon theta is equals to mu v upon I. So alpha upon theta is nothing but angular acceleration per unit angular displacement. So if we substitute this value, then P is equals to 2 pi upon mu v upon I, or P is equals to 2 pi I upon mu v. So by using this equation we can find time period of a magnet. So in this way we have finished oscillation chapter. As you know that 25% syllabus had been reduced. So whatever syllabus or whatever content